Okay guys, we've got a bunch of products here at First Man. We've got our men's lifestyle supplement, which is everything that a man needs on a daily basis. We've got our natural diuretic supplement, Defined, which allows you to get an angular face, removes all the water, especially good for summer. We've got our Male Advantage book, which is a paperback. You can order this, or you can get this in audiobook format or ebook format. We've got our Better Looking Man course, which I'll bring up pictures on screen now. And we've got my personal diet plan and fitness plan in ebook format. On top of this, guys, we've got a body wash coming out soon, part of the testosterone friendly range. We've got men's boxers and a whole clothing line coming out soon. A whole bunch of products, but for now, let's get back to the video that you actually wanted to watch. Okay guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about a concept that I've spoken about at length on First Man before, but not as a specific topic, and it's become more prevalent in my life in the last 6 months or so, and I've really realized the importance, let me just readjust, realized the importance of this concept, and why it's so crucial to getting things done as a man. Okay, and I've often said to you guys that chasing women puts them further away from you. Okay, and that's it sounds like some game shit. Oh, if you chase them, they'll kind of run away from you and be like, oh, I don't want to be chased, I don't want attention. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about, this is what I love. I know it sounds weird because I'm talking about kind of my own business here, but this is what I love about First Man. I feel as though we dig a little bit deeper into almost like lifestyle, mental topics. Do you know what I mean? It gets a little bit more, it ties two things together, women and success, and who you are as a man, rather than just don't chase women. They'll retract from it. I can't deal with stuff like that when it's the whole topic all the time. So I like to dig a little bit deeper. I see this channel a bit more of like a Joe Rogan podcast, where we're slightly more intelligent than certain creators that are just shitting on women non-stop all the time. So but what I'm talking about here when I say if you chase women they'll get further away from you, I'm talking about in terms of what women want in life. Okay, so women want just ignore the noise a second, guys. It's going to get louder for the next 10 seconds. It's like a direct path straight over me. There we go. What I'm talking about is how when you're chasing women, you're not focused on your business, you're not focused on everything else that you're doing, you're not focused on your grind, so to speak. And here's the thing, women want the successful men that have got the assets, that have got the cool lives. They want to see you out there doing your shit. And you can go on social media, you can pull up, see, I've got a TikTok management company, and I have to download TikTok to check in probably once per day. Okay, when maybe I'll go and sit on the toilet and just flick through a couple of clips. I'm like, fuck, it's hurting my brain. I hate it. So I uninstall it again, and then I get on with my day. But this is the thing, is you'll see maybe 5, 10, 15 clips of a hot woman popping up, and it doesn't, people can make comments, whatever. It doesn't matter what you do, what you click on, what you watch, that algorithm will keep firing fucking women in your face. I've tried to cancel it out. I've done on my Instagram. I made a purpose of ticking on every woman and being not interested, not interested, not interested. More pop up. You just get fucking more the next time. It's this is ridiculous. It's actually impossible. I've seen somebody make a video on this. So what you're getting all day is you're getting these beautiful women popping in your face, okay? You're going to sit there, you're going to look at a picture of one of these women, and you're going to be like, oh my God, she's gorgeous. I wish I could have her in my life. Every second you're doing that for, she's getting further and further away, okay? Because she wants a high-level man. She wants to be, for example, if you had a yacht, I'm not saying it has to get to this extent, but let's just use it as an example. If you had a yacht and you were just currently sailing around Monaco, Santorini, or something like that, around in the oceans, and you were having the time of your life, and you had a videographer with you, photographer, whatever, and you took some photos, whatnot, you're on your grind, you're focusing on your own shit, you're going to business meetings, whatever, and somebody's documenting you doing that, and then they post it on social media, she will likely then see your shit and start chasing you, following you. It makes it a lot easier. It's an easier game that way. But every single second that you sit there saying, I wish I could have that woman in my life, I wish that woman wanted me, oh, let me look at a few more pictures of this woman, just a few more videos, and you keep clicking through, and you're like, oh my god, she's so gorgeous. Oh, look at her ass. She's just getting further away from you, you know, because like if you do it once or twice, it's not going to have a massive effect. But what I'm saying is, like, if you're constantly looking at these chicks, if you're constantly like daydreaming about them, do you know what I mean? Constantly chasing women, like, oh, I've got to message her, I've got to message her, I've got to do this, got to do that. That is subtracting a ton of time from success, from going to the gym, from focusing on you, probably your mental health too, which massively helps. You know, it's subtracting money. Every single date you go on is going to be like minimum £50 now, right? So, and that's minimum. So you're subtracting money every time you interact with a woman, you go on holiday with a woman, you go on a date with a woman, you find a woman hot and you're admiring her, you are wasted. If you're not actually building anything, you know, if there's not a purpose off the back of that, if she's wasting your time, then you're just losing money and time. Okay, if you end up sleeping with her, having a relationship with her, whatever, she enters your life, well, there's some benefits there. Do you know what I mean? But more guys need to realize that if you were to get your phone, you know, go on social media, see a woman that you absolutely loved and thought she is unbelievably beautiful, this is what you need to do. Stop and go, well, I'm not going to get her like this. There is no possible way I can get her just sat here right now. The best way to get this woman is to get back on my grind, become even more successful than I am right now, or to become successful. Start putting your life set up in place, start getting your assets, whatever. Get yourself to a decent level in life where you might not even get her. Chances are you won't get her because it's just one woman, right? But you'll be getting women on her level because you'll turn up to a certain restaurant when there's only high level people there. You'll go to a certain club where it's like £200 entry. Well, everyone in there's a baller, so all the women know that, so all the hottest women go there, and then, you know, next thing you know, you're sleeping with a woman that looks exactly like your dream girl. Okay? And it doesn't come from, like, it's really weird to get your head around, but it's, like, if I want to pick up this pen, okay, and it's right there on the table, how do I pick up the pen? I go for the pen, I pick up the pen, I now have the pen. But it's just like women work the complete opposite way. Okay, stuff that like a Ferrari, a holiday home, all this other shit. If you actually want it, and especially women, you almost have to just ignore it. It's really weird. You just like I told you guys before, I went years and years and years without women and I just focused on my own shit. Okay, and now that has brought me up to a certain level where I would say I've got access to probably like 80-85%, probably, well, because most women aren't unbelievably hot, something like 80% of women on planet Earth maybe, that I would say, like, based on my current life, like when I go into restaurants, when I go into shops or whatnot, when I'm just walking along the street, when I'm in the gym, whatnot, I feel as though I can, like when I'm on a night out, I feel as though I can get the number of any woman that I kind of want, apart from maybe there might be like 3 that are on a night out. Okay, I might see like 1,000 women that night, and there might be like a very small percentage, maybe 10 of them, that are so hot that they're just like already dating somebody who's a professional footballer. It might be that scenario. I still feel as though I can get them, but I'm just saying that is like, I'd be quite like, oh, I've done well there. Do you know what I mean? I'd be like, fuck, I had to put some effort in to get her. Like her last 3 boyfriends are better than me. Do you know what I mean? It's like that sort of limit, right? So this is almost like a crossroads that I've got to, and this is why I really wanted to make this video. Is I've got to that point where, like, I've got a date tonight, I've got a date on Sunday, all beautiful women, you know, and I'm really enjoying it. It's nice. Like, you walk through the gym and you've got all the female eyes on you. You know that you could get someone's number if you wanted to, you know, if you wanted to play that card. You're flirting with a girl who works at a restaurant. You're just like, hey, just give me your number. And she's just like, yeah, sure. Like, it's because it's like easy. Do you know what I mean? It's really, really easy. The thing is, as a man, especially as an ambitious man, I want the next level now. I feel as though I can get 8s and below quite easily with my life setup and everything that's going on. 8s, I'll tell you what, 8s are hit and miss depending on what sort of lifestyle they've lived. So if they've been lucky enough, let's say there's an 8 in where I am now, it's quite easy. An 8 in London has probably dated a bunch of multi-millionaires, probably a few sports stars. Do you know what I mean? It's just comes with the territory of being in the big city. There's so many options, so her mindset's going to be different. But I want those like next level 8s, those 9s and those 10s in my life now. It's not like I rate personality. I appreciate women for more than beauty. I just like to do that now. Okay, I'm at that male advantage stage. I'm making a shit ton of money. I've built an amazing business. I've got fucking thousands of products about to come out in the future, streaming platform, all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, I can see a roadmap for it. But here's where it got difficult. It was like this summer, I've enjoyed women a lot. Okay, I've had threesomes. I've had 2 different girls who didn't know each other within 4 hours of each other. I've had probably weeks where I've had. I don't think I've done a full 7 days. I don't think I've had one woman every single day. Well, I know I haven't, but I've definitely done up to 5 days out of 7 where I've slept with a different woman. Okay, I've gone on like 3-4 dates per week for the last 3-4 months. It's just been like really enjoyable, and I've still been on my grind. But I always said to you guys, even 2 years ago, I will get to that summer, which is this summer, and I will then like really focus on like social skills, life, getting back to like meeting women again, getting that skill set back where you talk to women and you're confident, you say the right things and you build attraction. Like that's a whole skill. It needs practice. So I really wanted to get that back, and that was a big reason for being here in Cheltenham. Is it's more like training grounds. If I had gone straight back to London, it might have been like, oh fuck, because London girls, their mindset's just like up here. It's just a different level. It's the big city. It changes the way you think. So I wanted to get that box ticked. But I'm not making this video just to brag about my sex life. I've gotten to a point where I'm like, okay, these women are becoming slightly distracting. Okay, I'm wasting a little bit extra time. I'm spending a little bit too much money on these dates and whatnot. It's just like, oh, that whole week that we spent together, that was £1,000. And I only worked 2 of those days, right? And that's not me becoming distracted. Like I said, that was my plan. I wanted to enjoy myself a little bit more, take my foot off the gas so I could get to like September 1st and do like the 7-8 months of hard work again. But it made me realize, I was like, if I want those women that are the next level, like the rare 8s, the 9s and the 10s, I stopped and I was like, because you're getting good results with these current women doesn't mean those other women will be just as good. Okay, they're still out of reach, because you go and look at a picture of her and she's on a yacht. And you're going, well, fuck, I don't have a yacht. So why is she going to pay me any attention? You know, and it could be a debate of, but you don't want a woman who's a gold digger and what. Yeah, I get that. But if I want to have fun and I find her attractive and I want to fuck her, I want that option. Now, in order to have that option, I need to go up another level. And this is why I am actually so glad I'm turning 30, because I don't see, apart from professional sports stars or music artists or whatever, I don't see any guys under 30 sleeping with these women. Like, I've gotten to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm sleeping with the best of these women that are accessible to the average guy. You know, the 7s and the 8s, the ones that most guys are like, she's a 10, but to high-level guys, you're like, no, she's like a 7, she's an 8, whatever. I've got to that point where I can date them, I can fuck them. It's really nice, and I'm enjoying it. But that next level up, I only see like 30-year-old guys, 40-year-old guys with these girls. And I think it's like a wealth bracket. It's a life setup bracket. Like my life now is pretty cool. I just feel as though I've barely scratched the barrel though. There's like levels above this that I can get to. And I've had to like retrain my brain again and say to myself, hey Chris, you haven't actually fully made it yet though. Like, you're doing well, but if you can get to like your 100 million target, then, you know, the world's your oyster, because you're going to be able to do so much more. Like your life setup. Like, for example, I've recently hired a videographer. We're going to go and do a bunch of lifestyle shots, a bunch of photographs, whatever, like videos and whatnot of just like cool shit, me at the gym, whatever. We're going to get all this stuff. I'm going to be able to post that on my Instagram, as well as like it being content. Well, that's the whole life setup thing ticked. Now, that's taken like 10 years of hard work to get a videographer who can then film with me, to make me look a certain way, to frame me a certain way, which is going to bring in a higher level of woman. Because now, you know, you can meet people in real life, but the first thing they're going to do is check your Instagram to see who you are and what not. That's really going to help. Do you know what I mean? And if I were to sit there and be, you know, at the start, it was you have no women, you just want a woman, you're so focused on women, you're not focused on success and whatever, and it doesn't really come together. Okay, and now I'm in a situation where it's like you have women, you have very beautiful women, but if you want that top bracket, the next level above, it's like you're going to have to do the same fucking thing again. And it doesn't necessarily mean ignoring women, I just mean don't, like for example, let's say, if you like, it's the same thing. I'm in the exact same boat as like you guys would be. I know there's a mixed bag of guys on here, but the same boat as I was when I was young, and a lot of you guys are in right now, where it's like I will still look at a 10 and be like, damn, I would love to fuck that. Like, she is unbelievable, but she's out of my reach. And I'll stop myself and be like, stop looking, because that is the hardest way to get these chicks, is by going, damn, that's my dream girl, man. Like, she's unbelievable. Fuck, let's look at some more pictures. Oh, look at that video. Oh, damn, she's got a nice ass. You know, oh, let me send that to my friends. Look how hot this chick is. Like, if you were doing that shit, you just, like I said, you get further and further away. Number one, because you're putting it on a pedestal, you're dressing it up as being something amazing when put it this way, guys, if you're fucking a 1 or you're fucking a 10, visually it's quite nice, but the sex is relatively the same. Like, the 10 doesn't really move that much. She lies there. She knows she's beautiful. She knows she's beautiful. She doesn't have to put much effort in. You know, it's all that kind of shit. So it's not, you know, as amazing as everyone thinks it is. The best thing I think about being with, like, beautiful women is walking down the street hand in hand and everyone's like, that guy's the fucking man. And you just feel good about yourself. And, like, the confidence that you gain seeing her in, like, a tight outfit and every guy's looking and you know that you're the one fucking her. But the sex is just, like, the same as pretty much any other woman. There's no difference between, like, having sex with, like, a 7 and having sex with, like, a 9. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's pretty much the same thing, except, like, it just looks slightly better. You might come 10 minutes quicker. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I don't see that side of it. It's not that great. But if you are to sit there and just obsess over a woman, or just keep watching videos of these women, keep looking at pictures of these women and whatnot, or what, like, just to be honest, just be dating women a lot, you know, fucking women a lot and whatnot. Just always be mindful that that is a massive distraction. And unless you are in a position where you do have, like, millions in the bank and everything's being run for you and everything can still successfully continue, which is the boat I'm in right now. But like I said, I need to kick on now and go to that next level. But for a lot of you guys, if you are in, like, a 9-to-5 job and you want a really hot woman, just completely forget about them. Because like I said, it's a massive distraction. It is a massive distraction. It's so hard. Like, it's just, I wish I could just get this point across better. I'm trying to think of another way to say it. But I think the best way to say it is how I've been saying it, is that the more you focus on them, the further away they go. It's really weird, guys. It's really weird. I can compare it to fishing. We used to go fishing, and, like, a fish would jump out of the water, there'd be a massive ripple, we'd all run over there, try and catch it, there was nothing there. Whereas the guy who, like, sat in one spot, and they call it bait in your swim, so he's, like, throwing ground bait in, maggots, sweet corn, whatever it might be, starts slow, and then over time all the fish start coming to him, and he's just, you know, picking them out one by one after the other, another fish, another fish, another fish, another fish, and he just keeps, like, throwing a little bit in then, a little bit of extra bait in when he needs it. And it's like a consistent conveyor belt. It's the exact same thing as, like, achieving success, building your assets and your life setup. They come to you, and every now and then your employees who work for you, and you can get involved a little bit, just slightly, you know, sprinkling on the business. You, like the Tates say, they're like, we only work, like, 12 hours per week now. That's the sprinkling. And that's the point I want to get to now. It's like, yeah, 60k per month is amazing. But if I were to just knuckle down at 20, let's say basically 30 in, like, 10 days, if I were to just knuckle down now and work my absolute bollocks off and really go for this, I feel as though I can have, like, 10, 20, 30 million in the bank in the next, like, 2 years, okay? And then the streaming platform will kick in, and that could be billions. But I'm just saying, like, that is where my mind's at. It's like, I'm not, like, I've enjoyed women for a little time period there. I'm going to go on dates still. I'm going to, you know, enjoy the company of women. But it's like, if you want to keep kicking to that next stage, or if you're trying to get started and attract women, the more effort you try and put in, the further away they become. And like I said, let's get our heads around this. This isn't you're putting effort in so she gets turned off. That happens too, but I don't want to go down that game route. I'm talking about lifestyle, mindset, like the fundamentals of life. Like, the more time that you are going to invest into chasing women, thinking about women, doing stuff that gets you women, the less likely you are to be making money, the less likely you are to become successful, the less likely you are to be worried about your fitness, be in shape, be focused on your grind, to be making good decisions, which ultimately is going to lead to you being less likely to get those women, because you're not going to be the type of man that they go after. That summed it up perfectly. Finally, we got there. But do you see what I mean, guys? It's almost like a nothing concept. It's so hard to explain. There's almost nothing there to tell you about, but it exists. It's just a great, do you know what I mean? It's just where your mind is focused on. It's really weird. It's like you go and chase women, they don't really want you. You step back, you go and focus on your grind, you build an amazing life. Now they all want you. It's like, fuck, if only I'd realized that sooner. Do you know what I mean? I think I've attracted more women in my life whilst doing business stuff and being focused on business and organically getting on with my life than I have in any other scenario. You know, I can go to a club, go up to women, talk to women, chase women, try and get numbers and whatever. The best results I've ever had is when I've been out filming a project or when I've been out on a meeting with somebody and then, you know, you just got a good energy about you. I think energy's massive. I need to make a whole video on this, but energy is massive. Like I was sat at the cafe the other day and I just felt like, okay, this is a massive step for the business. So I was on a high. I'm focused on business. I'm focused purely on this meeting. I was worried about nothing else. I lifted my head up at one point and there must have been like 3-4 different women like checking me out. And I was like, that's because I'm so zoned in on what I'm doing here. That's attractive to them. You know, but if I had been sat there and I'd been like, hey, she's all right, let's go over and talk to her. She's like, it puts, like that is a bit gamey because it puts women off. But imagine that on a macro scale, that you're doing that all the time, that you're wasting that time, energy, money, whatever, the brain power, the focus. You're not, you know, 100% in on your thing. Because that, like, it's a weird concept to get your head around that the more you focused on women, the likelihood, the higher the likelihood that you won't get them because you'll be so obsessed with like just what she's doing. That's what you don't want to be doing, guys. You don't want to be picking up your phone and checking in and being like, wonder what she's doing. Oh, she's so hot. She's posted a new picture. You want her doing that to you. And how are you going to do that? Well, you need to tick the boxes that she's actually concerned with. Okay? And it's not, oh, he's rich. I've got to that point. Here's the thing with women, right? Make money, get in shape, make yourself look, you know, half decent, wear some nice clothes. That's kind of just like tick. It's in the background. They're just like, hey, tick those boxes and then never talk about them. I want you to look a certain way, be a certain way. I want you to have these fundamentals ticked, but then please don't ever bring them up. Just don't ever talk about them. Now just be like a real decent guy, good morals, be mature, make me laugh. Like that's when all of that shit comes in, okay? And like I said, that first little batch that I spoke about, the money, the whatever, all that shit, setting it up, you're just not going to accomplish that if you are chasing after her. If you're looking at her pictures, if you're bringing up your phone and going, damn, look at her ass, she's so hot. Like she's bringing her phone up and she's doing the same thing for guys who are much higher level than you, okay? And she's going, yeah, he's in shape and he's obviously wealthy because he's traveling the world, but she's more inclined with his lifestyle. She's like more interested in his lifestyle. She's saying, hey, look at this guy. He's always busy. He's always traveling. He's always doing something. He's always with friends in a social group. He's going out for meals. Like he's documenting all of that. That's what's cool to women. And it's because it's like he's focused on his own shit. He's going somewhere in life. I want to be a part of that. I want to know why he's doing that. That's the only dynamic that works. Because here's the thing, right, guys? If I like, I'm different because I'm on social media, but I still don't think it would work for me. If I sat there all day and went like this, you know, just taking all these pictures, just pushing my tits together and whatever, I'm going to get zero results. It's not going to be that great for me. Whereas a woman can sit there, do the same thing and make a career out of it and make, you know, if she wants to go on OnlyFans, she can make millions. If she's pretty enough, she can get into like Victoria's Secret or some shit. She can make millions off being beautiful, off doing nothing all day. It's plausible. I'm not saying they all do. I'm just saying it's plausible that a woman can sit there all day on social media, tapping away, and that's building her brand. It's promoting her beauty. It's actually doing wonders for her. Whereas as a man, if you sit there all day, just kind of just, hey, I'm just going to check on social media, see what everyone's up to. I want to know what's going on in the world. No benefit. You know, there's girls now that literally just lie on a bed and they'll just be like talking to a camera. Okay, I've seen it on TikTok. It pops up. Some girl goes live. She just sits on a bed and she's just talking to a camera. And all these guys are joining in and she's directing them to her OnlyFans and all this shit. Like, we just don't have that ability. So it's like they can sit there, do nothing, take selfies and look pretty all day, and she could still end up at the top of society. She could still end up with a billionaire. Do you know what I mean? If things went right. For us as men, it's like if we're not constantly pushing for that next level, striving, just focusing on us. You've got to be I've told you before, selfish men succeed. That is what this is all about. You have to be really selfish. You have to just be like, I don't give a shit what she's doing. I literally don't get. She's wearing, she's wearing a tight dress on a night out. I'm sure she looks great, but I'm not gonna get her sat there admiring her in a tight dress. I'm gonna get her by going, I don't care. I'm gonna focus on my own shit. I'm gonna drive this forward. I've got this idea. Hey, organically, one day you bump into each other. She sees you getting out of a nice car. You make conversation. She's like, damn, he's a really high level guy. That's the only way it's going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen by looking at a picture, looking at a video and be like, damn, she's so hot. I wish I could have a girl like that. I'm going to screenshot my favorite girl. I'm going to have her as the screensaver on my phone. Like, I've got a woman coming on the podcast soon who's got like 400,000 followers, whatever. Because we spoke, her videos keep popping up on my TikTok. And one of the comments on the videos, I was like, I wonder what the comments are on her videos. There's one comment, some guy was like, I've got you as my screensaver. But it's like, for fuck's sake, man. Like, it's just not, do you know what I mean? It's like that, the law of attraction shit isn't going to work in that sense. Just staring at that one woman and being like, if I just keep looking at her, she's going to end up in my life. It's like, no, you need to take action. You need to get out in the world and actually go and do shit, guys. Because it's a weird concept to get your head around because it's not quite actionable. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have a 1 + 1 = 2. It's almost like 1 times concrete plus curtains divided by camera equals mist. It's like, wait, what? Like, it doesn't even make sense what I'm trying to explain to you right now. It's weird. It's really weird. Like I said, if you're trying to chase these women, you'll just be pushing them further away because you're not doing the things, the fundamentals that actually attract women. Like, there's core fundamentals like working hard on yourself and your life and building something great. That's a fundamental that brings in a shit ton of women. It always will be. While you're looking at her, chasing her, distracted, whatever, focused on women, that's stealing your energy away from the things that are the fundamentals that are going to actually bring in the women.